Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Holistic Living interview series. I'm Michelle Rusk, your host, and today I have the very special guest, Tracy Griffiths. So thank you, Tracy, for being here with us today. I'm very excited to have you. Tracy is a coach, and she inspires and coaches people to help them live happier and healthier, more fulfilling lives. She is an instructor and practitioner of the energetic healing arts, specializing in polarity therapy, craniosacral unwinding, and aromatherapy. She's also a yoga teacher, a Reiki master, and a certified dream coach, helping people source their passion and inspire them to take the necessary steps to making their dreams come true. So thank you so much, Tracy, for being here.
Thank you, Michelle.
I'm interested in all of those things that I just kind of touched on your bio. So first, we can start off with tell us a little bit about yourself and really what got you started on this journey.
Sure. So I started in the massage therapy career 30 years ago, and I haven't looked back. And that set me on this trajectory of natural wellness, from cleansing to using essential oils to regular self-care and stress relief. So I started in this stress relief business 30 years ago. Wow. And from there, about 10 years into being a very successful massage therapist, I had used essential oils before. I just thought they smelled good. Yeah. And I had very, very loyal clients for many, many years, and they evolved with me as I continued my journey of learning more about healing. I came upon this thing called polarity therapy. And polarity therapy, it sounds kind of like, what's that? I learned a little bit about it in my first level of massage training, just these very simple holds where we're still on the body and allow someone just to breathe and reconnect to themselves without a lot of manipulation. It's a very calming, still practice. And there is some deeper contacts, there are different types of touch, yet it's pretty simple to do. And after 10 years of being a massage therapist, I was looking for something that would be less of a workout and more of an intimate space where people could have deep realization or more connection to like their soul's journey. Yeah. And what they're here to do and how to be with all the craziness in the world and come back into a space that you feel like after a yoga practice when you're lying there and you're just breathing and feeling all of your energy. So everything just kept going into these incremental realizations in my career. So I'm celebrating this year 30 years as a massage therapist, 20 years as a polarity therapy teacher, and 10 years with an organization called the Urban Zen Integrative Therapy Program, and my Aroma Yoga training. So it's like 10, 20, 30. Yeah. So Aroma Yoga is this blend of these things that I've learned on my journey as a massage therapist and now a polarity therapist, and how to facilitate transformation for people. And it's very simple, yet it's your way of being that we hone in and have this deep sense of listening and really helping people be more connected to, like I said, what they're here for, how they can be different in their lives and shift and have true shifts in relationships to, self-care practices, to their diet, to, there's many layers to it. Yeah. So I have a lot I can share with you today, and I'm just going to follow your lead.
Yeah, no, elaborate. I would love to know a little bit more. You just touched on, like, if someone were to come with you and let's say they were going through struggles with food or, allergic reactions and food sensitivities and whatnot, what are some things that you could do, or how would you address those certain issues?
Well, every issue comes in a package. And so I think we start with you, and not really seeing like what's wrong with you or like we're gonna fix something. It's gonna be like, what's your relationship to all of this, and how can we find the right way to be with all of it, and understand it more or appreciate it. I know it sounds kind of weird, but like, what is that for our learning? Or, there's many questions that can help someone go down the path of connecting to what they need to learn, or how they need to grow from something, or what they can let go of. So it's not a one cookie cutter kind of answer, because everyone is so different. And so the work can help people release the tension and trauma around the thing that may have like instigated the culprit that's thrown us off our blueprint, making relationship with it. It's a creative way of working with people that is really all about energy. So polarity therapy, essential oil therapy, cranial sacral therapy, all these things I do, the bottom line is energy. Yeah. And so, like, what are our thoughts around the thing? What is our relationship around, I'm saying, the thing, the challenge, if you will.
Yeah. So
does that help? It sounds kind of esoteric out there, but does that make a landing for you?
Yes, it does. I have a massage therapist, and I'm not sure if you have heard of this technique, but it sounds very similar. It's called orthobionomy. Mm-hmm. And it's very much energy. It's very much, tapping into, she's amazing. I can't even explain it, because she really just taps into those areas on me where, man, I carry a lot of stress. And she knows, she just knows exactly where they are. Mm-hmm. So go ahead.
No, I'm watching like how you light up when you talk about it. So energetically, that's really great for you.
Yes.
And it is very similar. I think polarity could be something that supports orthobionomy. They're very similar. I've seen like the different energy charts and the holds. And so I think they're very similar. Yeah.
Now, can people, because I've never heard of the polarity therapy before I spoke, I'm speaking with you now. Can people do anything like to themselves? Like, are there certain points on their body? Let's say, for instance, this week has been a super stressful week for me. We were talking about this right before we went live. All of my kids have been sick, and I'm not getting a lot of sleep. So, as a mom, is there anything that I can do to, that will help me to relax and to really just know that it's going to be okay? This is just one of those seasons.
Yes, it's a season. I like how you said that. Absolutely. So I'll just tie that back into Aroma Yoga. So Aroma Yoga has polarity therapy exercises that we focus on in tandem with essential oils. And so the sense of smell is the quickest way of helping our bodies come into a more relaxed state of being. There are specific oils. We all know lavender or cedar wood, or something that will help bring our energy closer to the earth. We call that grounding, frankincense and whatnot. And so just by inhaling a scent and moving, and if you don't have an oil, we can still move. And so there's different exercises that connect to the different energy centers. So if I were going to guess what's happening for you, I would say we would want to do something that would be soothing to your upper area, because you haven't had sleep, your throat chakra, because that's also a place for sleep. And so I can show you some exercises that could be really cool for you and your people. I can even demonstrate them if you like.
Yes, go for it. I would love to know.
Okay. So what I would use is lavender. So, and I'm going to see if I can make it so you can see me when I get here. Okay, so can you see my whole mat?
Yep.
All right. So first we're going to start just very simply sitting. You're in your chair, and I know you've got a little one down there. So, and we're going to just pretend you have your oil too. Oh, you need two hands. Okay, well, we'll do one hand. Okay, so just imagine you've got, do you have any hands? No.
Not at the moment. Let me try to adjust.
So I'll just demonstrate, and then if you can look at this later, how's that?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're seated. We could be sitting on a blanket, and that will raise us a little bit, and just cross our legs and bring our palms together and inhale. And exhale and release. And then inhaling, bringing our arms up in any amount that's right for us. If we want to look up, we can. And then exhale, bringing our palms to the center line, and exhale. And just a few of those. And I call this the Aroma Yoga breath, because as we bring our hands down after inhaling, we know we're going to get, inhale above, another dose as we come back.
Wow.
So if you have oils, that's just great to get the body moving. Yeah. So let's see, I'm tuning into like what you would need. And in Aroma Yoga, sometimes we need to move more before we can relax. So very simply, we can just put our legs out in front of us and just shake them. Just do some windshield wipers. And this is a polarity exercise that helps us kind of stir things up from our feet. Our ankles get activated. Each part of the body in polarity has a zone that connects to an element. Huh. So if you haven't been sleeping, that's ether and probably air, too much thought. Like, is that true for you right now with, worrying and whatnot? Yeah. So if we can move our ankles, our wrists, and breathe, and then just stop, we may get a sense of energy kind of rushing up through, and then this calm. And that's what we're looking for. So you're there and you're just watching. You're like, is that going to work? I don't know. We could practice together sometime again, or you have the DVD.
Yes, I'm super excited about that. Now, would you recommend like, so let's say somebody's up in the middle of the night and they can't sleep. Would you recommend doing that move at that time?
I would do this instead. So before I go to bed, I would do some things that just can engage my legs. Just because a lot of times we're not really engaging our energy down below. We sit a lot, so we want to open this up. Many things you can do. Then this is what I would do if I needed to sleep. So I'm going to put my head this way. I think you can see okay, right?
Yep.
All right. So if you want to have something under the head for more support, that's perfectly fine. If you want to have something under the knees, you're going to lie on your back just for more support, like a pillow. That's good too. Is this a good angle for your?
Yeah, I can see.
So you're crossing your legs, and then you're crossing your hands underneath your armpits, and simply breathing. And what this does is crosses your exterior. You're not being influenced by the exterior. You're having a closed circuit energetically. So you can come back inside of yourself very, very quickly and very easily.
Oh.
It's magic. So you could just be like this for a while. And if anyone needs to bring their knees up, this is fine too, if they need more support on their lower back. And then after a few moments, maybe you've got your oil on a little cotton pad or on a tissue, breathing, you would uncross and bring your fingertips together. And this is a very soft contact. You're connecting all of your meridians to of each element that come through the fingertips together right over your solar plexus is where you have your will. And this is very calming to this area. This is what gets us going all the time and makes us conquer those summits that you're creating who are not well, and now they're gonna be fine. They're on their upswing, so I know that. So this is a very sweet place. And then if you're really like, oh, I can't sleep, you'll roll to the left. You could put something in between your knees and a little pillow, and you'll cross. This is going to be kind of funny, but you're going to cross your left hand under your right shoulder. I'm lying on my left side. And my right hand is going to come right at the base of my cheek here, my tushy. And then I'm just going to rock back and forth. And this can be very calming. It's like you're curled up like a little baby and you're rocking yourself as you're doing right now. So when you want to get up, you won't get up. You'll go to sleep. But if you are on the floor just practicing this, you'll always get up using your hands to push you up, and your head comes up last, so you keep your neck nice and relaxed.
Gotcha.
So that is pretty effective, and I hope you try it and you tell me what happens. That'd be great. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's to help soothe your nervous system, and then with the help of an essential oil, as we know, the essential oils are so amazing. They play such a deep role in creating a relaxed parasympathetic nervous system state of being. Mm-hmm. And we know that when you're wound and you're in sympathetic and you're going, that's stress. Yeah. Stress is, and we know this from lots of studies and whatnot, the number one pathway to illness is through stress.
Yeah.
So I use Stress Away. Which is a great blend. Maybe this is just all you need, and it comes on a little roller, and you can just use that throughout the day or before you go to sleep, or if you're just feeling that frayed kind of energy that's hot in your space, that's your nervous system. So this is so great for soothing and just bringing you down and a few notches, and you can be with whatever's going on a lot faster. You know, you can't do a whole practice. In the Aroma Yoga DVD, there's so many different exercises for each chakra. Anyway, this is just fast. And it gets you to breathe. And that's like, what do we need to do?
Breathe. Yes.
And what do the oils do? They just get us, like, they kind of trick us into being more connected to our breath.
Yeah, I love that.
And that's what yoga is all about. Yeah. Or, you know, just being balanced and finding our good way in all of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about, so what comes with like being an energetic healer? I'm curious to know.
What comes with it? I think amusement. It's like a need to have that in your space and remember amusement.
Yeah. Well, they say, is that like laughter is the best medicine? Yeah. Yeah.
And kind of like remembering that in my heart when people come to me with serious issues that are hard. Mm-hmm. And for me not to, like, so we're all empathic on some level, and we can get in there energetically and not feel so good. And so like what comes with this work is energetic tools that help us have good boundaries for ourselves, so we can stay healthy and not become the effect of other people's energy as easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. And knowing that, like, part of this work that we do with polarity and cranial, and even with the oils, it's like we're helping someone find their innate intelligence for their wellness. It's in there.
Yeah.
People know, and sometimes they need like to reminder here, and that's like the bad neighborhood.
Oh.
A lot of times it's what's coming out of our mouths. So conscious languaging is super like part of my deal as a wellness educator and a practitioner, as a teacher. And watching, just really being aware of how people express themselves and going, wow, like you can shift that, and that could change a lot about your unhappiness about something, or your challenge with something, or that obstacle that just, you keep doing that pattern. And so maybe you can have a new trajectory in how you're expressing and being in the world. And, if we can have a pattern disruption, energy follows these patterns. So this work, aroma yoga, using the oils, polarity, it's all the same to me on a lot of levels, because it's bringing a transformational resource that I can help facilitate, and I can say, here, now you've got resources and tools for you to use for your self-care. It's like, you're part of this, this is your story, come on.
Yeah. And how would you say, and I'm asking this because I'm a mom and I have my own kids, using yoga and even aroma yoga with kids. Like, I've seen a lot. I've actually been reading more and more about how even some schools are putting in meditation practices, and I think it's great. I think it's really something that is fantastic, because I think it's helping kids tap into their inner self and, think before they act, or even maybe reflect on, probably shouldn't have done that, kind of a thing. What are your feelings on that?
I'm like, amen, yes. What is it doing? It's helping our nervous systems go into a space that's not so ramped, and that ramping is the problem. That's the fly off the handle and not think about what we're going to do, and just making things that changes our perspective. Meditation and grounding and like having ways of navigating ourselves energetically. That's what meditation and yoga do. Mm-hmm. For sure. Anything, going on a walk and just breathing and like being off of our devices.
Yes.
Just like get back inside of ourselves, whatever it takes. Maybe it's jumping in the ocean when it's cold outside, and that'll do it. Yeah. Hot, cold water shower, hot, cold temperature showers, or just like, it's just going to be a cold shower, and you do it fast. That's what I do. And the way I'm thinking about my day totally shifts. Just that. And that's an old polarity remedy of going back and forth from hot, cold, which I don't want to waste the water for it to get hot. So I live in Southern California. So it's like, you know what? I need a shower. We have a drought. Go.
Oh my gosh.
But that is another way of helping us, like, you have to breathe, So back to your school, story with the children learning meditation and yoga in school. Yeah. I think the best thing that can be happening. I think it's definitely part of the solution for, all these kids are on medications because they can't sit still. Yes. They're not supposed to sit still. No,
exactly.
And we're like I think our culture and education just looks at it like this, and it's a whole body. It's holistic. That's what you're doing.
Exactly. And I think it's the same way. That's why I asked you that, and I'm so glad you went there, because I think it's the same way with our education system as it is with our medical system. It's a very closed box, and if you don't fit into it, there's nothing we can do for you is the answer. And I'm like, there's got to be more. Each individual is so different from the other. You can't expect everybody to fit into one size fits all. It's just impossible. That's not how we are created.
Well, I'm so glad you went there because I have good news. So one of the things I'm involved with is bringing meditation and movement, yoga movements, and essential oils and energetic healing work to the patients in the hospitals.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And the whole premise of this movement is addressing the patient, not their disease. And being with them, that individual person, and spending time with them to help them calm, relax, addressing different challenges that one experiences in the hospital setting, and also working with the nurses and the doctors. And so they're getting a resource to calm down and have more of their responses rather than reactions. They can think more clearly, they're more relaxed. It's a ripple effect. And so we have some things in place, and my vision. So why am I doing the seminar? This is the reason. Your seminar, my purpose is to transform the healthcare industry with essential oils and yoga.
I love that.
And I'm celebrating. I said my 10. So the Urban Zen Integrative Therapy Program is doing just what I explained, and I've been so blessed to be part of their mission for 10 years now. And now we're at UCLA Medical, two different hospitals. We're at we have a large program going on at OSU in Ohio, Boulder Community Hospital. Hospitals all over the country are wanting this program, and so we're training as many people as we can to train other people. And pretty soon, like the vision of UCLA is for every nurse to have gone through the Urban Zen training so they can walk into the patient's room and do everything that makes them holistically comfortable without more drugs.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I can't even begin that, because by profession, I'm a speech pathologist. And like something that has always gone through my head is there has to be more.
Yes.
There has to be more that we can be doing, if we're working with a stroke patient, if we're working with a traumatic brain injury patient, I'm sure, I'm almost positive, like you said, essential oils, they open up, those senses. And perhaps if we use them in our therapies, or, just maybe diffusing them in the hospital room, or, I just think, I think that's awesome. I am like so excited to hear that you're working on that, because I think that is amazing.
It is amazing. And it's for me to walk into a patient's room and offer them one little drop of lavender or peppermint, their whole demeanor shifts from like angst and pain and stress to relief. And it's fast. And it's just like, if it's for a moment, but it's a resource for all time. So thanks for being excited about it. There's incredible things happening. So that's why I said I have really good news. It's happening. We're in it. Awesome. And I'm standing for it to be exponentially growing all over the world.
Well, I hope so. I'm in Virginia, and I would love to start seeing some of that in our hospitals, around here. Because a quick little story: after I had my last baby, she's 9.5 months old. My OBG, she walked into my room, and I have a skincare line, so I make my own body whips. And one of them I put lavender in, and the whole room smelled like lavender. And I was up out of bed. I had just showered. I felt great. And she walked in the room, and she just took a deep breath, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, it smells wonderful in here."
We hear that all the
time. And she was like, "Is that lavender?" I said, "Yes." Mm-hmm. So, and we got into a little dialogue. We got into a little discussion about that, because it really just kind of helped me, as a new mom. You're up nursing a lot. You're not sleeping a lot. The baby is adjusting, you're adjusting. And it was just a really, really beautiful kind of experience and moment when she, and she said, she was like, I think that's fantastic. I've even heard of people diffusing during their labors.
Mm-hmm.
They use, they use the diffusers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's awesome.
Happening. It's all I've been with this movement of the more therapeutic aspects of essential oils for almost 19 years now.
Wow.
And when I first started in the healing arts, I just used them and they were like, oh, they smell good. I didn't really pay attention or decide to study until I was exposed to a particular brand of essential oils, Young Living, through a treatment that was phenomenally beneficial for me personally.
Yeah.
Remarkably. And so that was what turned me to, let's study this. Let's get resourced with the benefits. Let's use them in our daily life with our pets and each other and our clients and family members, and pay attention to this, because this is like in your back pocket, literally, for anybody can have this pretty much. And so that started my journey, was the therapeutic piece. And seriously, like, this is a thing to be putting my energy into. And I'm really glad I did, because I continue to learn and share and grow, and what you're doing here on your summit, I really honor, because you want to teach people that they have resources in their back pockets, and it's not hard to get, so thank you for letting me share.
You're very welcome. Oh my gosh, that was just so any last, we're running short on time. I think we could just keep on talking, because this is so awesome. Any last words for our viewers? Because I know that they've already gotten so much information. And seriously, everybody, here is her DVD, Aroma Yoga. You can get it right from her website. Give your website and everything so they can.
Okay, great. Well, I have a couple of things to offer your people.
Yeah.
So I was talking about the importance of having your energetic space and just spending some time tending to yourself. So I have a free Aroma Yoga meditation on my website, aromayogaguide.com, Aroma Yoga Guide. And so that's way at the top of the front page. And if you just type in there, it'll come to you for free. If you are looking to receive my Aroma Yoga DVD, it comes with my book. This is a really great book. It goes through the oils and the chakras, and it's really easy to follow. This is my 4th edition. And so I have a bundle offer. So if you put in HLS Summit, that's her initials for her summit, HLS Summit, HLS Summit. This is a $60 value, so it's $20 off. So it'll be for $40. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And if you're looking to get your own oils and you would like some resource and some help, and you get started with our awesome premium starter kit, it comes with great oils that you can use for your practice. I'll throw this in for free, the bundle. And so if that's something you'd like to do, that website is myYL, so myYL.com/aroma yoga. And then finally, I have an online Aroma Yoga teacher training. So I've been certifying students all over the country. We meet online. It's really cool. This is our 4th year, and you're certified to teach Aroma Yoga. That's our brand. And we want to make sure people are using essential oils safely, creatively. They're upholding the integrity of what this is all about. I'll give it $100 discount on my Aroma Yoga teacher training, and just mention this summit with Michelle Rusk, or you can just say HLS Summit, and Highest Living Series. Holistic Living Series, sorry.
That's okay.
Well, Highest Living too, yeah. So, so I want to just make that available to your listeners, and you can reach out and learn more about the Urban Zen Integrated Therapy Program. There's so much going on. I could go on forever. And is there anything that you need to be complete? Like your final anything? I don't like the word final.
Nothing is ever final. I just thank you so much for sharing. Something that, I'm really also out to stress in this summit is, even if they're small changes, they don't have to be big changes, but even if they're small changes that someone can make for themselves, can really have a big impact.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this summit, because as a mom of 4 kids, I'm running around all the time. A few years ago, I was sick. I had my own, health issues that I had to work through. And I found the way through more natural, means of health. So,
and it is one step at a time.
Yes.
And I love that analogy, because here we have, these small little drops, and this one little drop could make such a big change in your outlook, and that can change everything. Yes. Or in your state of being.
Yes.
And there's more possibility when you're in a calmer space, and that you can have your health again. There's an answer. You're living proof. So good for you, Michelle, for sharing your journey with people, and I know you'll be inspiring millions.
I hope so. So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, Tracy. It really has just been a pleasure to have you today. And thank you all for watching us. And I hope you enjoyed this, and have a wonderful, beautiful day.
Thank you.